Hey, welcome to Spirit Soul Sense, information for your soul. I am Shareece, and I think the reason people get sick is the same reason everything else happens in this world. It's that it's an opportunity for us to become better, more evolved people, to have a better relationship with God, the God inside of us. I am not sure that a lot of people take those opportunities. I still think people really think in terms of good and bad things, and bad things shouldn't happen to me because I'm not a bad person. But I think we know life doesn't really work that way. Good things happen to bad people, bad things happen to good people. It's just things happen, and you can view it from your perspective as an opportunity for you to go a little bit higher in your vibration, in your understanding of the world, to become a better person, or you can use it to stay exactly where you are, or to blame other people or things happening in your life, or why your life isn't the way you want it to be. It's just an opportunity. So from a grand scheme of things, illnesses can help us all evolve, whether it's happening directly to you or it's happening to someone around you. I think we can all benefit from the lessons that come with going through something difficult. Depending if you have something minor like a cold, or you have something serious like cancer, it's really all an opportunity on the grand scheme of things. Looking a little bit, more directly, there are two things I think that really influence whether someone is going to get sick or not. And one is what you eat. I mean, what you eat, your environment, that sort of thing has a really big influence on your health. You can look across the world at places that are poor, where there's not good cleanliness, where there's not access to health, like that kind of thing. That's like one part of people getting sick. But the other part to that is, if you are in an environment like that where there's like a lack of resources, people are struggling, there's an emotional piece to getting sick that I often think is missing in the conversation. So you can have someone who has access to health care, who is eating like all the alkaline foods, eating all the leafy greens, following Dr. Sebi's diet, and you can see that person get cancer. It's happened before, it's happening now, or people who are doing all the right things after they've been diagnosed with cancer, and like doing all the right things, but then still die of cancer. And so on the big grand scheme of things, we will all die. Death is a natural part of this life. Suffering is, I don't want to say suffering is natural. Suffering is the way a lot of people live here on earth, but you don't have to suffer even when you're going to die. Like, it can just be a thing that happens, neither here nor there. The point is, emotions, the way you handle life coming at you, your perspective, is one of the greatest things that's going to influence whether you get sick or not. Because we know, right? And if you're watching my videos, you're probably someone who's thought about a vegetarian diet. Maybe you're vegan. There are a lot of, very conscious minded people who also understand that you have to elevate your diets at some point. Like, you begin being attracted to, higher quality foods that are actually going to nourish your body. But we know that there are a lot of people who are, made it to 100, who eat meat every day. So we know, like, one thing is not going to be the deciding factor for your life. I do think mind, body, soul is a combination of things that influence your health and wellness and your ability to enjoy this life here. And so while diets and your environment are very important, I also think the way you interact with other people, forgiving yourself, being kind to other people, not letting people take advantage of you, is another very important part to health. This is the perspective that I have. This is just the way I live my life. You don't have to think of me as being right or wrong. Just know, like, this works for me and it might not work for you. I like to just use my life as an example. I don't have any, genetic diseases, none of those rare stuff. I'm just like a regular person who is at this point milk intolerant, but you know, if you know anything about milk and dairy, then you'll know like sometimes that's really not the best thing. The whole mucus, I'm not gonna get into that because I really don't get in. I eat everything. I'm like telling you, I eat everything, but I am very specific about what I cook. Very, very careful about the energies that I allow in my space. I think peace is very important, and all those things come together that I practice so that I don't get sick, right? But if I did get sick, going back to like the whole global, I would use it as an opportunity to get even closer to God, because it would be something I've never gone through before. I mean, I've gotten like the cold and stuff, but I've never been very ill before. You know, some people have, that's kind of like the story of their lives, being ill. And I think there's an opportunity there to learn more about yourself, more about your relationship to God, spirit, universe, the energy, to figure out what is there here for you to learn. Because I think everything is an opportunity for you to learn. So in summary, right? Why do people get sick? To help others learn, to help yourself learn, get closer to God. Your food, your environment is toxic, or your personality needs some work, and you need to figure out how to have better interpersonal communication with other people so that you're not harboring resentments that kind of fester and turn into an illness. That's my take. Let me know what you think in the comments. Thank you for watching.